4 a.m, alarm goes off, no snooze, bang, straight out of bed, mouth tape off. First thing we do is obviously make the bed. Next, it's time for our shower, but before we do that, we obviously have to do a little bit of flexing. But cold all the way, as cold as it can go, and into the shower we get. Next, hygiene is so important, so we brush the teeth, tongue included. Next things next, we go downstairs and weigh ourselves. Boy, that is victim weight, and those toenails need a trim, am I right? Next, it's time for morning mastery, where I go outside and I perform the horse stance, which is a move that requires a lot of internal stillness, which is very good training for my monkey mind that loves to jump all over the place. Plus, it is quite painful to hold this position for an extended period of time, which is why the Buddhist Kung Fu monks, they actually use this. As well as that, it helps with hip mobility, which is just an absolute bonus. I've now worked up to holding it for about 3 minutes, and afterwards I'm hobbling around like a penguin. The first task of everyone's morning should be the highest leverage task that gets them closer to their goals. And in this season of life, my goal is to look as good as possible on stage. Therefore, one of the highest leverage tasks I can do, apart from diet, training, etc., is to practice posing so that I can come on stage and shock the judges with this insane side chest pose. Now, please bear with me because I'm still trying to figure out this whole lighting game and where exactly I need to stand to look as good as possible without all of these weird, annoying, unnecessary shadows. But I must say, this side pose for me is looking real strong. But the back definitely needs to lose that last little bit of fat. Plus, when I bulk, I know exactly what muscle group needs the most priority. Have you guessed it yet? Yep, it's the upper traps, which are as flat as a pancake. These are not the upper traps of an absolute bull that can hoist massive loads. But hey, one stage at a time. Once the posing is done, it's time for the next part of the morning ritual, which is the morning walk in the beautiful, beautiful lake near my house. I take this morning walk as an opportunity to do some active meditation. Rather than sitting down for 10, 15, 20 minutes, I prefer to do it while walking because it truly allows me to practice centering myself and being in the present moment while in motion, which has a lot more carryover to the rest of your life because you're most likely not going to be getting many chances to just, tap out and sit there for 10 minutes. Simple. I focus on my breath while counting it. 1 to 10. When I get to 10, I reset back to 1. Then when I get back from my walk, it's time to take the supplement stack. Don't ask, because I already made a video about it, but a crucial part is bee pollen, which is just an absolute nectar of the gods. And obviously, hydration is key. My aim is to have 2 liters already down the hatch before I even get to breakfast. And then it's time to pack up the food that I've already prepared the night before so that I can just leave. So now that the morning routine has been complete, it's time to head to work on a high frequency, high energy, ready to conquer the day. And my first thoughts of the day is that Man, it feels so good to just whiz through the morning process knowing everything's been prepared, so that all you have to do is just execute on the actions you set yourself the night before. When you enter the morning in this frantic state of reaction, when you have all of these things to do and you're running around like a headless chicken, you're never gonna move forward in the day. It's gonna be just a day of trying to, chaotically keep up rather than proactively move forward. But anyway, heading to work, got a little drive ahead of me, thought we'd just have a little chat about what I'm going to be doing with the channel. So essentially, I've been sort of just randomly spewing ideas out there so far. It's been very disorganized, very chaotic, and I don't think that's too much of a problem because I was just figuring out my messaging and what I wanted to say. But now I've realized I can talk about everything I want to: self-improvement, mindset, building yourself from the ground up, all of these important topics that are to do with the mental side of things. But I can do it through the lens of prepping for my first bodybuilding show, because it's going to take everything I've got to show up at my best. And to be honest, it will just give the videos a lot more flow and cohesion, so that every single day will be pretty much the exact same structure. It's me literally just going through my day, sharing what I'm doing and the thoughts I'm having while I'm doing it. I think that is a great way to authentically document the journey. Plus, any brainwaves that I have, I can literally just turn on the camera and immediately share them, rather than what I've been doing so far, which is that at some random point in the day, I'll be thinking, what video should I make, or what video should I make? Usually I end up just drawing upon the experience that I've had so far and seeing what lessons I can learn from it. But I can do that right here, right now. I can do that while documenting all of the process of bodybuilding prep. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I hope you enjoy it and you learn something valuable from me. Stay tuned for the ride, and I'll catch up with you when it's time to have breakfast. Because of planning the night before and getting everything prepared, I have an abundance of time where I got to work super early, meaning I can sit here and do a breathwork session to get into an even higher frequency. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll see you afterwards. Man, I feel as high as a kite. Breathwork is truly a remarkable experience, especially when you can literally feel the sunrise as you do it. As you get more and more energized, the sun rises right into your eyes. Man, Dr. Andrew Huberman would be so proud of me. After getting the morning sunlight with some breath work and then loading up my van with the parcels for the day, it's time to feast on breakfast, which is 7 eggs, 4 rice cakes with raw honey and dates. Now you might be thinking, Matt, aren't dates very high in calories? What are you doing eating them when you're supposed to be shredding? Well, It's another carb refeed day because coach is very happy with how I'm looking. After I destroy this breakfast, it's time to get to work. If you're not yet balling out of control and you're buying all of these overpriced electrolyte powders, you're a schmuck. Here's what you do. Pink Himalayan rock salt. Lickety split. Hydration has never been easier. Well, another shift has been completed, and boy, do I feel grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this kind of work while I'm on the grind, while I'm trying to build something of myself in this online space. There truly is no better job than deliveries to tide you over and allow you to make pretty decent quick money in the time being, because you're outside all day, you're in the flow state, just bang, 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 parcels. It doesn't take any mental load, so you can devote all of your limited creative potential energy to working towards your own goals. As well as that, it's a great tool to teach you how to focus properly, because there's so many different ways that you can do this job. The way I used to do it was I would literally bamboozle myself all day, constantly having podcasts, music playing, pulling over every 3 stops to check my phone, to refresh my notifications to see if anyone's liked my recent posts, to get back to my messages and try to chase around potential clients and stuff. That's no way to do it, because speed is the name of the game. Flow state and focus is the name of the game. I was basically trying to balance both. I was trying to do my work while doing deliveries, but doing both terribly. Lesson is, when you're doing something, just do that one thing. Don't be multitasking like a dangerous schizophrenic buffoon trying to do a million different things at once. But yeah, what was I saying? There's another way to do these deliveries, which is, like I said before, pure flow state focus. No music, no headphones, no nothing, just go. And let me tell you, I used to think that this way would be really, really boring, because I'd have nothing but my negative, intrusive thoughts to deal with all day. But that couldn't be further from the truth. It's actually way more enjoyable this way. When you're in the zone, you're just whacking them out. And I think I missed my exit, which is yet another reinforcement of my point not to try to do 2 things at once. But oh wait, no, I didn't miss my exit. Ta-da! Everything I told you was wrong. Freaking multitask away. But yeah, point being is, freaking, if you are a young man on the grind and you want to be able to do some work, no, cut. But now that the first shift of the day is done, it's time to go and train. What better fuel for pre-workout than raw cacao? Originally, on my plan, it's put that I'm should consume 20 grams of 100% dark chocolate. And I was doing that, but then I realized, why not order raw cacao powder? It's the same thing, plus it's way more volume, so that I can sip it slowly, gently, enjoy it. Because yes, I do really enjoy this unrelenting bitterness. There's none of this sugary garbage in here. It's just raw cacao powder and hot water, and the earthiness, the bitterness is incredible. I think because I love black coffee so much, this literally tastes like dessert. But yeah, we're gonna sip this on the way to the gym, and I'll see you there. First exercise of the day, we open with some face pulls. Now, I wouldn't normally start an arm and shoulder session with some isolation, but that's exactly what coach suggested, because the leaner I get, the more prone to injuries I am, the more fragile I am, so it's always best to pre-fatigue. But may I just say how delightfully, disgustingly striated my delts are looking. Boy. If you watch some of my older videos and you see the way I train, I do a lot of supersets. Almost all my training is done in superset or giant set format, where I pair multiple exercises that don't work any of the same muscle groups to save a bit of time. Also, I used to think, but with this new approach, I'm basically doing the standard do one set, rest, and do another set. And to be honest with you, I think it's doing me a lot of good in helping me fix my ADHD chaotic monkey mind. And the next exercise, the first compound movement of the day, is the standard seated barbell overhead press. An absolutely legendary exercise. Super stable, and yet just enough of free weight motion to move in the way that your body actually wants you to move. When you cut down to a very low body fat, the presses are one of the first exercises to take a massive hit. And this is no exception. I've lost quite a good bit of strength on here, but I had a recent surge simply because of the carb refeed, which felt quite good, I'm not going to lie. Next exercise is going to be the dip, and I have to fight every single instinct in me to load up as many plates as I can physically manage and just hoist some ugly, jerky reps for the ego. But I've opted for the non-weighted dip and really dial in on feeling my pecs just rip apart at the bottom of each rep, nice and slow and controlled, just the way the science nerds want me to lift. All it takes for me is 3 hard sets of super controlled, slow bodyweight dips, and my chest is absolutely destroyed. But I'm not going to say that that applies to you as well, because obviously my chest is my strongest point and it responds very well to low volume. Next exercise of the day is the lying lateral raise, which we replaced. This slot used to have the dumbbell shoulder press, but to be honest with you, I think that was highly redundant at this point of my cut, because doing that many presses in a row left my shoulders feeling absolutely clunky, crunchy, and just nasty. But after doing this, they felt rejuvenated, refreshed. especially coupled with the face ball. But I absolutely love this exercise and the stability it offers. Next, it's time for some biceps with one of the best bicep exercises that exists, the incline dumbbell curl. The stretch you get on this is second to none, and you actually want to flex your triceps at the bottom so that you can sort of disengage the bicep and then re-engage it as you start the next rep. This adds a whole new level of challenge to each rep and allows you to reset for a full deep stretch at the bottom. The next exercise is the cable easy bar curl, which is nothing special. There's nothing magical or #optimal about this exercise. It just makes you look insane when you're shredded and you're pumped and your veins are popping. You get guys approaching you, complimenting you. Man, there's no better feeling than this exercise. And let me tell you, this is one you can absolutely grind, especially when you actually focus on the bar and bringing it to your eyes, not stopping until every last fraction of a rep has been squeezed out. Now, this is the only part of my workout where I allow myself a cheeky little superset just at the very end, because I might as well, right? I'm at the cables anyway, and it's a shoulder and arm day, so I might as well superset, cheeky little bit of biceps with a cheeky little bit of triceps. And it's not like I'm hopping around from machine to machine, bringing weights with me as in typical monkey mind mat fashion. No. I'm simply doing two exercises that make sense to do back to back with the overhead tricep extension.
Well, that session was insane. Strength is a little bit back to a fraction of what it used to be because of these last few days doing the carb refeed, and you can tell that it shows in the pump and the vascularity that carbs are a very important part of the process. Believe me, I've done carnivore, keto, all of this nonsense, and I would never ever get to this physique on freaking carnivore, let me tell you that. But anyway, it's time to go to the second job of the day, make some more money, get back into the delivery driver flow state. Let's go.
Alrighty, Roo, it's time for the second mission of the day. Scanning and sorting all of these packages for optimal flow state in delivery. So I've got to get that done as quickly as possible so I can earn my post-workout meal. Because, man, I'm hungry, and the quicker I get this done, the quicker I get to eat. Boom. Lunch is served. So here we have the main course, which is a delicious bowl of chicken with quinoa and some chopped tomatoes. Why quinoa and not rice? Number one, it's way higher in micronutrients. Number two, higher in protein. Number three, higher in fiber. Number four, it has ecdysterone in it. Same for spinach, micronutrient dense as hell. Forget about your broccoli and stuff, freaking spinach it up all the way. And for dessert, we have some rice cakes slathered with raw honey and bee pollen. Yes, it looks kind of weird, but my goodness, is it gonna slap. And also here we have some chunks of beef liver because it's just one of the most micronutrient dense foods on the planet, and you don't need much to get the benefits. And I hear what you're saying, yeah, beef liver, oh, yucky. I used to think that at first, and it is an acquired taste, but you can acquire it. Just keep on chewing it down. You don't need much. I would recommend starting with very small bites and soaking the beef liver in lemon juice and salt before you cook it. Now let's feast.
Well, it's almost 8 p.m. and the deliveries are all done for the day. And I'm not happy with how long that took. I know that there are some little bits and pieces that I could have done quicker in order to be able to get the rest of my day finished. But apart from that, it's time for my last feast of the day. Here we have chicken, mushrooms, and sweet potatoes. Cold but delicious. I absolutely can't wait to nuzzle it all down. But anyway, as I eat, let me tell you how the rest of the day needs to go, because the day's not over yet, my boy. I still have to go home, fill out a VAT form. I have to prepare my meals for the next day. And finally, I have to edit this damn video, which is the thing I'm looking forward to the least, because I freaking hate editing. But such is the way of the world. We must do things that we don't enjoy, at least temporarily, until we can get to a higher position of leverage where we can get other schmucks to do them for us. But anyway, bon appetit. Alright, I'm gonna eat in peace without you bothering me. I'm so grateful that I've developed a system that doesn't have to take a long time. All I need to do is whack some pre-marinated chicken with some mushrooms in the air fryer for 20 minutes. And then I can whack the sweet potatoes in the slow cooker overnight on the lowest setting, so that by the time I wake up, they're all ready to go. And I planned ahead, which is why I made the entire week's worth of quinoa in one go. So all I have to do is dollop a serving of this into a container and we're ready to go. And while everything is whirring away in the air fryer, I can cook my eggs. The more you do today, the less you have to do tomorrow. So put in the work to make future self feel grateful for your actions. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and I'm not going to have to worry about any of this, because I can just, again, go, 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 go without thinking. So we're ending the day at 180.9, which is a very small fluctuation. Quite surprising. I'll probably wake up even lighter tomorrow, despite this being a refeed day. And yet, my toenails still desperately need to be cut. And it's been a long day, but the flow state is beautiful and the challenge is always welcome. All I have to do now, edit this, and if I can get to bed before 10 p.m, I've won.